Hey, Lindsay, I just wanted to hop in to ask if you need anything before we start.
Thank you, John. No, I don't need anything before we start, but I do know that Abraham looks like he's not going to be here tonight. So it's just me. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. It is 6:30. Welcome to the Community Board 8th Street Life meeting. First, when we're doing our things, I'll be going to the public for any comments or questions that they're going to have on applications, and then I will go to fellow board members. Any action that's taken in this committee will go to a full board vote next week. Please address all comments to myself. We want to avoid any crosstalk, and please let's observe the norms of decorum. We are all here to get communal outcomes on these applications. I also want us to try to be succinct and keep our comments to the merits of our individual applications. Now I'm going to turn things over to John to give us the rules of the road for this meeting.
Good evening. Welcome, everyone. If this is your first time joining us virtually, you will notice that you are all currently muted. Everyone will remain muted throughout the meeting, except for co-chairs and any representatives who are presenting the items on the agenda today. Following the presentation, as we move through the agenda, the co-chairs will call on members of the public wishing to speak. You can participate by going to the react icon on your device and pressing the raise hand button, not the wave or thumbs up, as those will disappear. Only press the raise hand button once. If you press it twice, the hand button will go down. If you're calling on your phone, press *9 to raise your hand and *6 to unmute yourself. Be on the lookout for a prompt asking you to confirm unmuting once the co-chairs call on your name. The chat is available for technical support only to keep the Zoom software problems and not for questions to the co-chairs. They will not see the chat. If you are using an old version of Zoom, you will need to go to participant section where you will find the raised hand feature there. Please do not raise your actual hand or wave at the screen because we may not be able to see you. Chat with me for any technical support.
Thank you very much, John. Okay, by my count, we have 5 of us here. I have Bill, myself, Brian, Robin, and Russell. Let's go ahead and get started. Is there a representative from Roy Fang Wang here tonight? If you are, please let John know so he can unmute you. This is for our application that's at 141 East 88th Street. John, I see someone who did a thumbs up.
我不
Yeah.
不怎么 raise hand，我不知道。Hi.
Hi,
Can you hear me?
welcome. Yes, I can hear you. Can you please tell us a little bit about your business, how you plan on folding into the Community Board 8 community, if you have
Sure,
any
sure,
complaints, and just a little bit about what you're doing here?
sure. Hi, everybody. Thanks for the opportunity here. My name is Rofei. I'm the owner of Hori Play. We also have my co-owner here. Idong is also on the line. We are an arcade store focusing on claw machines, and we also serve ice creams, bubble tea. This is we have another location. Our location current here is on Lexington Avenue between 88th and 89th. We also have another store in Queens, and we have a third one coming up in next couple of weeks in New Jersey. And we are applying for the beer and wine permit just to provide more options to our customers. Our operating hours are from noon to 7 p.m. on weekdays and from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. on weekends. We just live a few blocks away ourselves, and we are working very hard to be a great addition to provide high quality entertainment here to the neighborhood.
Okay, thank you. Are there any members of the public who have questions or comments for this applicant? Are there any members from the committee? And I'll start. If I understand correctly, your target audience is generally children, is that right?
We have all ages coming into the store. Actually, yeah, this game is for all ages, and we provide a lot of prizes to our customers. We have young adults, we have seniors. We do have a lot of children, as there are a lot of schools nearby.
Okay, and it's sort of like games like you would see in an arcade.
We only have claw machines. We don't have like other arcade games like pinball or other fighting games. We only have claw machines. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, if there's anything else from any other committee members, or if someone would like to make a motion, I'm ready to entertain that. Robin.
Thanks, Lindsay. I have one question for the applicant. I was actually in your place. Yeah, I was in your place the other day. It's very cute. Nice job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. There are two addresses listed on your application. One's on Lex and one's on the side street. Can you explain that, please?
Sure, sure. We are on the ground floor of a condominium building. So the 141 East 88th Street is the address of the condo building. Yeah, the residential part of the condo building. So we are the store number 3 in that building. So that's why they have their address. Many years ago on the government paperwork, the address is 141, but our official address is 1325 at Lexington.
Okay, so it's one.
Yeah.
It's one entity, though, is my question.
Yes, yeah, it's one entity, and we only have one entrance that is on the Lexington Avenue.
Okay, thanks very much.
Sure, you're welcome.
All right, thank you. Let's recognize Marco.
Thank you. I would like to put a motion. The motion is to approve as presented. If anybody can second, and then I would like to speak.
Bill is seconding it.
This is in the corner building, is that correct?
It's not the corner. We are the third store on the
No,
street.
the building. No,
The building. The building covers for the whole block from 88th to 89th.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Sure.
That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve. Bill.
Call the question.
Perfect. Okay, so let's call the question. This is going to be a motion to approve. If anyone's voting against this applicant or abstaining for any reason, please let me know. Otherwise, this is going to go down as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0 approval. Perfect. Okay, thank you. That's how that one will go. Let's now see, is there someone from Pecora Bianca here? Perfect, Dave. So John's gonna unmute you, and then if you can tell us a little bit about your business, your hour of operation, and what it is you're looking to do here tonight.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Great. My name is Dave. I'm the Director of Operations of La Pecker Bianca Restaurants. We currently operate 6 La Pecker Biancas in the city. We've been open on the Upper East Side for a little over 2 years now. I was here in front of the committee a few months ago as it relates to our outdoor cafe and submitting through the new permitting process. I am here today as the rules as it relates to the liquor license for the outdoor cafe have changed and we currently operate with a liquor license, and we are now here to extend the liquor license into the sidewalk cafe permitting as is adjudicated by the new legislation.
Okay, thank you. And then I'm going to note that Evan Meyerson has joined. Is there anyone from the community that has questions or comments for this applicant? Seeing none, let's recognize Marco Tamayo.
Hi. You said that you are in compliance of the sidewalk cafe. Is that correct?
To our understanding and the team that reviewed our filings when we submitted, yes, it is currently under compliance. Is our understanding.
But are you agree with me that you need a space of 8 feet for public pedestrian, and you put some signs that reduce to maybe 5 feet?
I'm in agreement as it relates to the 8 feet. As it relates to the signs, I'm not sure which signs you're in reference to.
Well, you have the tree. Right there, you put the entrance of the sidewalk cafe, and then you put some elements that reduce dramatically the width of the sidewalk. Probably you have maybe 5 feet, and you offer to comply with the all rules and regulations.
Yes, sorry. I know, Marco, we spoke last time. We are prepared and are currently operating under the assumption that we are fully compliant as it relates to the setup. We have like a double-sided A-frame sign that we put out for lunch. Is that what you're referring to?
That's exactly what it is. And you
Yes.
know that you encroach the 8 feet.
So the sign, which we've reviewed with the operators on site, should be replaced a table that we used to have. So it should be effectively right outside of our front door and not compromising the 8 feet.
The issue is basically you need 8 feet.
Correct.
That's the point, and you don't have it. Are you willing, even that you promised to us that you are willing to comply? Are you going to comply or not? Are you going to remove the signs? Because there's no 8 feet.
Yes, we are 100% prepared and willing to comply with all requirements as it relates to the roadway, and I will kind of assess it. I can be on site tomorrow as it relates to the sign. If that sign has any impact as it relates to the width, we'd be more than happy to remove the sign.
Yeah, keep in mind, we need is 8 feet. That's it. That's the
Absolutely.
only thing I'm asking you. That's basically in your drawings that you presented to us, and you
Yes.
promised that you're gonna be in compliance.
Agreed. I
Okay.
remember our conversation last time.
Okay, good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, is there anyone else from the board that has questions or comments or would like to make a motion on this application? Bill?
Motion to approve as presented.
Thank you. I'll second that. And then I'll also note that Jennifer and TJ are here. Jennifer and TJ, did you all hear this applicant, or okay, TJ is going to be for the next one. Jennifer, would you like to weigh in on this one, or would you like to wait for the next one? John, you might have to unmute her. Okay, so yes. So thank you. We've got a motion to approve. I'm going to go ahead and call the question on this. Would anyone second that? Perfect. Robin's seconding that. So if you are wanting to vote against or abstain for any reason on this applicant, please let me know. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and this will be an 8-0 recognizing Jennifer's among the count, and TJ will join us for the next one, and Evan Meyerson is in this one. Okay, seeing none, this application is approved.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Let's head on to our next applicant for, you'll have to forgive me, Jacaranda Club doing business as Sapphire. Do we have a representative here? Oh, hi, Mr. Bing.
Hello.
Please let us know a little bit about your business and what you're going to be doing here.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. It's nice to see everybody again. Jonathan Bing with Greenberg Traurig. With me is Jack Griffenbark, who's the general counsel of the company. John, if you could unmute him just in case he needs to chime in, that'd be great. Also want to thank John throughout this process for his courtesy. So this is just a straight renewal. The applicant, the licensee, did not receive the renewal paperwork from the SLA. The license had expired. We asked for a waiver of the 30-day notice period, which was granted by Community Board 8 in return for it appearing at this meeting tonight. The license has been renewed by the SLA and it's currently operational. This is the Sapphire Club on East 60th Street. It's been open in the neighborhood, in the community since February of 2009. Been renewed several times. Has had a positive relationship with the community board and has received its approval without objection for all the renewals in which I've been involved. No changes to its operations or its applications. Signed the various affidavits with regard to outdoor dining, though that is not planned, and with regard to bike deliveries, which also is not planned. So no changes to the operation. Has had a good relationship with the community and this board, and would like to planning to continue operating. Would like to have your support again.
Thank you. Is there anyone from the public that has questions or comments for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Thank you, Mr. Bean. I would like to ask a question. Maybe Lindsay, you have the answer to this question. Do we review any calls 311s on this venue? Do you have that kind of information or not?
No, I mean, we're aware of a call or two that the SLA has not taken into account, has renewed the license. I think there was one allegation of underage drinking, which by the nature of this business is not something that they are involved or in any way support, and that the SLA did not find any merit in that claim, so it's renewed the application. We're not, Jack, if you're aware of anything else, let me know. You could advise.
Mr. Bean, the issue is very simple. You know that what kind of venue is this? And this is a residential area. Okay, so this is why I'm calling. I would like to know what kind if you have 311s, because it's something that you have to be, or your client has to be very careful, because to have underage person in that facility, I think is wrong. And I mean, I understand what's going on over there, but the point is, we have to, if you want to be in the neighborhood, have to be very careful with this kind of business. It's not a regular business. It's not a very simple store. It's something more than that. And this is why I'm asking, maybe the community board knows this kind of information. So we don't like to hear any complaints. If you keep operating, I know that before they used to call, and it's another name that I forgot. That was, it used to be in the former gas station on First Avenue. Okay, the topless bar, something like that. But the point is, right here is, well, you locate in a more quiet street, that is fine. But the issue is, if you keep maintaining good standard, we can keep supporting your application. But if I don't find that kind of situation, that may be concerned seriously, please. Well, at this time, that's the only comments that I have.
No,
Thank you.
Mark, we take your comments very seriously, and that's why I'm saying that the question was, has there been any complaints? So I was being upfront saying that we're aware of that one. But again, the State Liquor Authority found no merit in it, has renewed the application. It's been operating in the community for 16 years. Very strong policing of any activity out front. And we're not aware. That's really the only complaint of which we are aware. If Jack is unmuted, if he wants to respond as well, if that's okay with the chair.
Yeah, Jack Reifenbach. The only 311 complaints that we have received, we received the same complaint for all three of our clubs every single time, that the same 19-year-old is drunk dancing in our lobby at all three of our clubs on the same night. And we check our cameras. There is no drunk 19-year-old dancing in our clubs ever. So we take the obligation of the community very seriously. And the 311 process is anonymous. If the police were to come to our establishment and ask to see the cameras, we could show them the cameras. And at all three clubs, there's no 19-year-old dancing in the lobby. They don't have the resources to do that, so we keep receiving these unfounded allegations through the 311, and all we can do is show up to the community board and explain what's happening.
Mr. Bean, I think you are in agreement with us. You know what is the role of the community boards, and you know perfectly very well. And that's basically the Upper East Side have some reputation, and I would like to have this kind of the reputation maintained very carefully. We don't want to see, especially this business, they shouldn't be in our community, but since they has been granted for many, many years, so, well, we don't have no other choice. But you have to be very careful in the way to manage that part. I think, Mr. Bean, you understand what is my point of view. Thank you.
Absolutely, but appreciate you keeping the community, keeping watch over the community. And as Jack pointed out, the only complaint they received was this one nature where allegedly something was happening at the same time in 3 different places. So, and again, operating for 16 years, that's the extent of the 311 complaint they've received.
That is correct, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Marco, I have no additional information on that. Let's go to Robin.
Thank you, Lindsay. When you call this a club, is this a dues-paying institution?
No,
No, it's not.
Sorry, it's a gentleman's club,
Meaning what?
meaning it's a topless entertainment place,
Bar.
bar.
No kidding. Is this place when you come off the 59th Street Bridge, is that?
The traffic goes the other way, but yes, it is in the shadow of the 59th Street Bridge.
Okay, so it's not a dues-paying club, you just
No.
call it a club.
It's a restaurant which has a full kitchen but it has topless entertainment and dancing.
Gentlemen's Club is the name commonly used in the industry.
Okay. It's clubby. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, under by the SLA, it's the Gentlemen's Club is the formal name of the type of institution.
Thank you.
Okay. If there are any members of the community board who'd like to make a motion, I'm ready to hear them. Bill.
A motion to approve as presented.
All right, I'll second that. Does anyone want to call the question? TJ, I'm going to see that you said call the question. I'm going to see Marco's hand as a second. All right, great. If anyone will let me know if they're going to vote no or abstain on this application, please tell me now. Otherwise, this is going to go down as a 9-0 approval, recognizing that everyone is here now. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there someone from 229 Cabin Cork Tavern here? Doing business as Trinity Pub.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Eugene, right?
Hi, how are you?
Hello. Tell us a little bit about your business, why you're here tonight.
I'm from Trinity Pub. We've been there from 1994. We're almost 30 years, heading into our 30th anniversary this year. We're here for a renewal of our license, and looking forward to, continuing business in the area without any issues.
To head off any comments, do you know of any 311 complaints that have come against your business?
Yeah, there's been some, but we've already proven that some of them are not legit. That somebody has been making calls. Somebody's got a vendetta. They've been calling the police, and already we've had several visits by the 19th precincts, which is their time as well. Arrived at the bar and found that the noise complaint was not even a thing. Arrived when 2 o'clock in the morning, even on the weekend, where no one was in the bar. There was like 8 people in the bar, no noise, and I'm sure the 19th precinct will back that up too. So we're a little confused as to why these complaints are out there. As I said, we've been there for 30 years, and we're known as a good neighborhood pub that offers services to everybody. And a safe place to come, lighted area in that street where it feels like a safe environment. Which when you come to the bar, it's always the case, definitely. But the complaints to me are not legit. Something is up.
Okay, thank you, Eugene. The only reason I wanted to start here is because we have got some constituent complaints that things are going on as late as 4 a.m. It sounds like you're aware of some sort of issue and you're taking steps to remedy that. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've done that already. And I talked to, members of the community board and already offered my personal cell phone number. If there was an actual event where that needed to be resolved, they could call me. I gave them my number and said, yeah, fine, call me. If there's an issue, which I know there isn't, but if there is, they can call me directly and I will answer the phone.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to the public. If anyone has questions or comments, please let us know. And then let's recognize Andrew Fine.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I'm here to vouch for both the character and the business acumen for Gene Lennon. Trinity Pub is a pub, aside from having the best Guinness in all of Manhattan and perhaps the 5 boroughs, is a half a block from my home. And I've lived a half a block from this establishment for the last 20 years. I do understand that there were some complaints, and I actually spoke to the 19th precinct today, and the vast majority of those complaints have been labeled unfounded, and the few that were not unfounded were labeled as rectified. And I know that Gene has both removed his, he reduced the size of his shed twice, and then eliminated all shed and outdoor dining. That being said, all the complaints that he has had via 311 have been anonymous, and the NYPD considers those complaints to be unhelpful because there's no way to mitigate them. So he probably has a point in terms of it's one person that has an axe to grind. That being said, Trinity Pub has been there for 30 years without incident. Prior to it being Trinity Pub, it was called Sidetracks. And prior to Sidetracks, it was Schubert Hall, which was actually a mainstay of Germantown back in the day. My experience with the pub, living a half a block away, is that I've never had any incident in terms of excessive noise. And in fact, it's on a block that has no doorman aside from 200 East 84th Street. And 200 East 84th Street is well up the block. And I know that Gene kind of functions as a den mother of sorts to the neighborhood. People leave their keys with him. They find him to be a safe haven if they're coming home late at night. And he's really just a pillar of the community. So I hope that you will take all that into consideration in your renewing his license. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else from the public that has questions or comments for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to the board. Is there anyone from the board who has questions, comments, or would like to make a motion? Bill,
A motion to approve as presented.
sounds good. Brian,
Second that.
okay, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and call the question. Would someone second that? I see Marco and Bill. All right. So this is for a motion to approve. If you are choosing to vote no or abstaining for any reason, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as a 9-0 approval. All right. Thank you very much. Let's go to our next applicant, which is, we're now moving on for Sidewalk Cafe applications. Is there a representative from Xanadad Food Court doing business as Three Guys? John, if you know whoever that representative is, I do not. And I don't see anyone like wildly waving their hands. So why don't we see, we have one other application in this category, which is APQ. Do we have a representative? Oh, I do see maybe someone raising a Spiros maybe is maybe.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Hi. I'm sorry. I don't know. I've never done this before, and I just didn't know how to unmute my mic.
All right. Well, thank you. You're here. You are representing Three Guys. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes. Sir.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your business, what you're planning with this expansion, and things that we should know as we consider this application.
Okay. So we've been there since 1978. I used to be a server there. We're like the diner to the stars, as you know, being on 75th and Madison. We cater to families, busy weekend place and a busy lunch spot. And since COVID happened, we had the outdoor and it was a hit. Everybody loves it. So we wanted to continue it for next seasons.
Okay. Is there anyone from the public that has questions or comments for this applicant? And then looking at your application online for the outdoor seating, I imagine there might be some people in the board who have questions. Is there anyone here tonight who has any questions for this applicant? Marco.
Thank you. I would like to ask a question. Are you
Yes.
willing to comply with all rules and regulations of DOT or rules and regulations?
Yes, absolutely, sir.
Okay, I will support your application. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Would anyone like to make a motion? TJ wants to make a motion. His motion is to approve.
Yes.
Okay, I'll second that. And if
Thank
someone
you.
wants to call the question, that'd be great. Bill,
Call the question.
perfect, thank you. All right, and I imagine someone would second that. If not, I do. Please let me know if anyone's going to vote no or abstain on this application. Otherwise, this is going to go down as a 9-0 approval. All right, thank you, Spiro.
Thank you.
Yep. Let's head to our final applicant of the evening, which is APQ. Is there a representative from APQ here tonight? Looks like maybe Anthony Fernandez is that representative. He's telling us. Yeah, okay.
Yes, that's me.
Thank you. Please let us know a little bit about your business and what it is you're applying for and anything that helps us make this decision.
Yes, hi everyone. I'm Anthony Fernandez, one of the facility members of the team. LPQ Le Pain Quotidien. It's a Belgian bakery. We've been on for the community for quite some time now. Serve pastries, coffees, salads, fresh bread daily. Yeah, and we're looking to continue providing this for our community. Our team has done a great job with bussing the tables and periodically cleaning the area, making sure that our customers have a nice place to enjoy a meal. Of course, we continue wanting to and we'll always comply with DOT and all the regulations that need to be followed. And I hope we can continue.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone from the public that has questions or comments for this applicant? All right, otherwise, let's go to Marco, please.
Thank you. Again, I know very well your business is all over the city. You basically sell bread, okay? But I had to ask the question, are you willing to comply with all DOT rules and regulations?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I will support your application.
Thank you.
All right. Is there anyone from the community board who wants to make a motion here? Bill.
Motion to approve as presented.
Got a second? Brian.
I'll second it.
Okay. Robin, you want to call a question?
Yes, I'd like to call a question, please.
Great. And Bill's seconding that. Perfect. All right. So please let me know if you're planning to vote no or abstain on this application. Otherwise, this will go down as a 9-0 approval. Although did Russell, this will go down as an 8-0 approval because Russell Squire is no longer on the call. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, we are now into the old business of which we have none. I don't know if anyone has new business. Marco.
This is about all business. We just spoke, as you see it, that always I ask the same question to all applicants for the DOT sidewalk and road cafes. And you can see it, even though I asked purposely that, even though that we know that they signed an affidavit de la Pecora Blanca or Bianca, he is not in compliance with that. And I think we had to be very careful. If we allow one of the sidewalk cafes or road cafes to break the rules, everybody's gonna break. And they're absolutely right. Why we had to allow only one? So we had to have a position, and for the future, what will be our position in these kind of situations? Because I don't think it's fair while the majority of the business do the right thing, a couple of them or a few of them, they don't want to comply. And I think it's completely unfair in that part. And I think we had to discuss what we had to do. What will be our policy in this kind of events?
So I have a question for you, Marco. Do you live near this space? Like, are you able to go see if the sign is, because I was thinking it might make sense for us to periodically check, because I know as sort of a part of this, I've been going to all the cannabis stores and making sure that they don't have like additional signs that they're not permitted and making sure you can't see their product from the windows. So it might involve us sort of doing that like shoe leather work of seeing that they're in compliance. I know it shouldn't be us, but that might be the first part.
Well, I had to be very clear. Yes, I saw that, and that's where I raised the issue with this restaurant. And the point is, sometimes the idea is some fellow community members, they believe that we had to support business. We have to support, I strongly support business. The issue is we have to give the same opportunities to all of that. And the issue right here is the poor management of the business. That's what it is. It's nothing more. So if we don't pay attention for that, we're gonna have some serious complaints in the future. And yes, this place purposely I let it pass. Otherwise, I was planning to say no. But I'm gonna see in during these days because I live right there. So I see it, and probably in the community board, I will probably change my vote to no. But I will explain that there's no fair at all that this business, first of all, they put an enclosure that shouldn't be an enclosure. But if they want to put an enclosure, everybody will have to put an enclosure. I remember the first application that we have on the sidewalk cafes. It came a lady that wants to put an enclosure sidewalk cafe, and everybody will in opposition. Why this restaurant has to have this enclosure? If we allow them, all of them, they will come and they'll do the same. So we have to be very, very respectful with the rules and regulations. Otherwise, we're gonna lose control. And then later, I would like to talk about the cannabis. Thank you.
Okay. I think people are probably in agreement with you that it makes sense to have rules that are followed. And if we can have everyone comply, it makes it easier. Marco, did you just say that you have another
Oh, yes.
piece? Okay. All right.
Remember the venue on 81st, no, I'm sorry, First Avenue between 86 and 87 on the east side of the street. I think is a former military that owns that place. They put a sign on the sidewalk, and it shouldn't be there because apparently the business is not running in the way that she was expecting to do that. And I think we had to address this issue. Especially,
what is the address of the business you're talking about?
I don't know the address exactly, but this
Is it an approved cannabis shop or is it
Oh,
something?
yes, it is approved. It is approved.
Is it like Bliss and Lex, maybe? Is it on?
No, it's on First Avenue between 86 and 87 on the east side of the street. Right there in front of the bus stop. So this is where I was aware because always I take the bus 15 and there's a stop right there, and I saw that signage outside. And I think it shouldn't be there. And this is always I oppose cannabis, by the way.
Okay, I don't know which one this is. Maybe Robin, if you know.
Marco and Lindsay, I am not familiar with the one on First Avenue. I don't even remember voting for it.
I was gonna say, I think this is an unlicensed one. It's called Sweet Life, and I think we do.
Yeah. But I think it's legal. I
don't think it is. I think it has all the signage to make you think it's legal. I don't think
it's even worse now.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I don't think this one is.
I think, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we need to address Bliss and Lex. We need to address Emerald on 83rd and Lex. And there's a third that just popped up that we approved that needs to be addressed. So, John, I had emailed you back a couple of months back. Bliss and Lex is claiming that frosted windows are no longer required and wide open doors are okay. And I guess you had checked in with the cannabis folks in Albany, and you haven't heard back from them yet. Is that it? Because we have two shops now, Bliss and Lex and Emerald on Lexington, 83rd, Bliss and Lex on 86, right next to the subway. Their doors are wide open and their windows are wide open. And, my sense was that was not compliant with the regs. So
I'll let John jump in with what John, go ahead and tell us what you've heard. I'll tell him I have the update.
I got in contact with OCM, and they told us basically file the complaint with them directly. So that's the capacity which I have heard, at least what I can find right now. Let's see if there's anything else on this matter. But I recall something else in this. Oh, in addition to that, I also had thought I sent out an email to you, Robin, as well on this matter, quoting exactly what OCM said. I'm not sure if I should read it out completely, but if you want me to forward it to you again, I can.
No, I did get that email. And
Okay.
yeah, I remember it. But it seems to me this is going on now for several months, and we don't have A, a definite answer, and B, have they even been visited? So
Okay, I'll tell you what I've heard, but also I first want to correct something. Sweet Life is approved. I don't recall us taking that one up, but it is listed on the OCM website as an approved. I don't remember us doing that one, but
no,
maybe
I don't either.
it might have been a night I missed. I don't know. But here's what I've heard. So I walked into Emerald and I walked into Bliss and Lex because I was getting complaints that are similar to what you're saying, Robin, which is you can see product from the outside. And what I was told in both of those places was that the direction that they've heard is that they just cannot show cannabis flower from the outside. But if it is a cannabis product that it is in a package, then that is okay.
And who told them that? Who told them?
I don't know the answer to that, but
Okay.
that's what both of their managers told me independently. They both said, well, here's what our understanding of it is. We can't have cannabis flower in the window, but we can have a package because it's not clear what that actually is. I don't know the answer as to like what the right rules are, other than I do know you're not permitted to show flower from the window. And we've been going back and forth with a few other things with OCM, like Valerie's been writing them for a few other problems that we've had. So this is just another point of not clarity. And it sounds like, John, you're trying to figure that out, but it feels like it might just be like a complain to OCM or try to get, yeah, I can't get a clear answer either.
I'll still try to reach out to OCM again on this matter, just to follow up with them.
That would be nice, John, because then we could maybe just have some like clarity language that says like, here's what the stuff is. Yeah, that would be great, I think, for all of us.
Kind of at the same time that we find out if the venue that I mentioned is legal or illegal. I think, from my point of view, I think it's legal.
It is.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
It
I'm wrong.
is. No, you're right. I mean, I looked at OCM's. It is. It's the address is all there. There. Yeah, it is.
So basically, we had to address the signage outside they put in the sidewalk.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like, and that's something where that can be, yeah, I don't have anything in my inbox about us ever looking at that one. So I don't know about when that happened. But okay. Okay. Is there any other old business or any other motions like?
I think I'm going to mention about the Sapphire. Sapphire was, this is a topless club, and it has been for a while in our neighborhood. It used to be on right there on First Avenue. Then they relocate on a quiet street. And I think, well, we cannot do much because they has a lot of power in this business. Indeed, Mr. Bean, he has a lot of power too. So this is what always I try to address to him, because he supposed or he used to protect the community. In our case, we need actually to protect the quality of our neighborhood. This kind of business usually shouldn't be in residential district. This is what existed the zoning resolution. The zoning resolution allows to have in different places different activities, which it happens this kind of activities, but there is the right place to do it. That is my point. So I'm not denying that they shouldn't exist, but the point is, if they are lucky to have this kind of venue, this kind of the business in our community, well, at least try to be very careful, because we are a residential district. The only business that we have is just only on the first floor on the avenues. The rest is completely residential. We have families, we have children, we have the schools. So we have to maintain the quality of our neighborhood to protect our neighborhood. And this is why this business, they love our neighborhood because it's a good quality neighborhood. And I think we have to be proud of that. We have to preserve that part. That is my point of view. Thank you.
Okay.
So let me call the question. Let me adjourn the business if I can.
Make a motion to adjourn from Marco. Sounds good. Robin seconds it. I think we all support it. Thank you everyone for making like such an efficient meeting. I love these efficient meetings. This is like my favorite version of Street Life. Okay, I'll see you all in a week or so, I think, at the full board.
Thank you.